the book actually started as a story that was 6 pages, and I wrote it for Mai because Mai was transferring from a Thai school to the American School of Bangkok. And her English at that time was not very strong. In fact, when she first came to American School of Bangkok, she joined in the ELL class. So I wanted to write a story about a girl who was changing schools. But I didn't want to make English language the issue. So instead I wrote about a girl who was strange in a way, and I gave her a physical disability as opposed to an English language problem. And then from there, I read it to Mai, and over the course of 2 years, we revised it together, and it went from 6 pages to 111 pages. Okay, the biggest surprise was writing a story is a solitary exercise, or in this case, a dual effort. But it's largely a personal exercise. But when you write a book, you find out that you require a lot of help from a lot of other people. In our case, we had to hire editors. We had to hire an illustrator for the cover and for the inside of the book. In this case, it was the same illustrator, but sometimes illustrators are specialized in covers, and sometimes they're specialized on the inside of the book. Well, who else did we have to hire, Mai?
The publisher?
We self-published the book, okay, but we did have, because we self-published it, we also had to go out and get reviews of the book. So we sent it out to various people. We have reviewers from Japan, China, Ethiopia, Dubai, Egypt, Canada, and the US. So we have reviewers from all over the world. We also had it reviewed by a famous professor at Chulalongkorn University who is a child psychiatrist, and she was kind enough to give us a very favorable review. And then we got it reviewed by somebody with an advanced degree in education from Harvard University, and that person really enjoyed the book. And I think our biggest surprise of all was we sent the book to a guy named Dan Russell, and he said the book was charming, and he said he would read the book. And in case you don't know, Dan Russell also read all of the Audible books for Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And he is also the voice of who on Gumball?
The Amazing World of Gumball. Gumball?
Oh, no,
I mean Richard. Yeah.
Richard. He is the voice of Richard on the Gumball cartoons. So he felt the book was charming, and charming enough that he actually decided he would read the book. So we have an Audible version of the book as well that will be available soon. The Audible version is actually complete, but we have to package it up and put it onto Amazon's Audible site. Good story requires interesting characters. Yes, interesting characters who have interesting challenges. But that's not quite enough. Those challenges and those interesting characters also have to be relatable to the reader. So there has to be an emotional connection between the characters of the story and the readers. In this case, Snowflake's the main character. Snowflake, her goal or objective is to fit in. And we think that every kid tries to fit in at their school or amongst their peer groups. And every kid is unique. So we gave Snowflake unique quality of, in this case it was a physical attribute. We won't tell you what it is, but she does have a physical attribute that makes her very different. And that is symbolic of every kid's difference. Every kid is unique. And every kid perhaps thinks that their uniqueness is something that's an impediment to fitting in. But in this case, we show that it's actually, it actually helped Snowflake to fit in with her classmates and actually overcome the bully in the story, a person named Cannonball.
You can write about the things they're interested in. Like if you're interested in astronauts, you can say that this astronaut went to the moon but took the wrong turn, and instead he went to Jupiter or Mars or Pluto. So, or maybe like the animals got loose in a zoo, and like a lion, and it went to the town, and the zookeeper needed to do something with it. Something that is juicy, like has a problem. If you're bullied or something, like if they say bad things about you, you need to know that it's not true. You're unique in every way. So, like if, for example, if a bully says you're so ugly, it doesn't mean you're unique. Everyone is different.
We're going to have a book launch on December 16th at 1 p.m. at We Learn, which is on the second floor at Mania Plaza, which is at the BTS Chitlom SkyTrain stop. We hope that you can join us. Mai will be signing books there, and we'll be reading a few excerpts from the book and talking about how the book came about and how young writers in Thailand might also want to write a story of their own.